How's it going, guys? Mr. Stevenson here. We got some stuff to talk about this week. We already talked about line. When we close in a line, it becomes what's known as a shape. So we have lines, we have shapes. Shapes can be like these, geometric. They can be curvy and what's known as organic. We also call shapes like a heart or a star organic. So that's our first two elements of art. We have line and we have shape. The next one that we have that we're going to touch on is called value. So we can have marks that we talked about last week change the value of something based on how close or far apart they are. So if we have hatching like this or cross hatching like this, if it is extremely close and dense, it will give the appearance of a darker color. If we spread it out further, it will give the appearance of something lighter. So a pen is either on or off, but we still can affect what's known as the value of this color. Darker values are known as shade. That would also include something like a red paint that we added white to. When we take a color red and then we add the color black to it, it becomes a shade of red. When we take the color red and then we add white to it, it becomes a tint of red. Red with white added also becomes pink. So we have shade, which is dark, and tint, which is light. Shade, add black. Tint, add white. Those of you at home, take a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, we can just draw a line with another piece of paper or a straight edge. Worst comes to worst, we can freestyle that line because we've been practicing our lines. That's what we do. Divide that into, let's say, 6 boxes. So we'll have 6 boxes. We need to draw 5 dividers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left to right, we are going to start with the blackest black. We're going to start with a dark, 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 dark color. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to go over it. We just kind of want to get a pencil mark as dark as possible. So in a drawing, that would be what the darkness would look like. Then see, we don't have to always color with our pencil straight up and down. Sometimes we can color with the side of our pencil. Take those marks, try to rub them out a little bit. Next to the darkest dark, we want pretty dark, but not completely black like the one next to it. You may have seen some fancy artists using different colored or different hardnesses of pencil. They have one that's called like super black, one that's H for really hard, makes like a very teeny tiny light line. Black makes a really dark line. You have an HB and a 2 right in the middle. This is your normal pencil here, a 2. The blacks go, and H's, 8, 6, 4, 2. So the closer to 0, the more in the middle they are. When they're an 8, they're more extreme, so very hard and light, very dark and soft. Most artists learn just with a number 2, your normal pencil that you're working with now. If you hadn't figured that out, we need to be working with a pencil, guys. Mechanical pencil really doesn't work that well for this. If you have a mechanical pencil and that's all you got, see if you can find a number 2 somewhere. Yeah, those two aren't the best. It's starting to look right. Basically, we want to have a complete shade and tint. You're feeling ambitious, you can also try to do the same thing with the hatching like we were talking about. So very, very tight lines, very dense, followed by a little less dense. Followed by a little less dense. And so on and so forth. Tint. Artist pencils from 8B to 8H. Shade, tint, value. Next video, we're gonna discuss the first line that we're going to do. It is a cross contour hand project. We are going to start getting into color next week. If you have not done the draw along videos, Please get caught up on those daily doodles. I'm sorry I can't have you guys in school, but it's great touching base with you and talking about art. Have a good weekend.